Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Not the sort of video we expected to be making on our return to Benidorm. Not the sort of video we hoped we would ever have to make, to be honest, is it?
No, not at all.
So we've been back in Benidorm about a week, and yesterday somebody tried to break into our van. Thankfully they didn't get in. We park very close to where we live in a car park. There's always 2, 3, 4 vans here, isn't there?
Yeah, it's about 4 at the moment.
Over summer, since we bought the van, there's always been a few vans in here just staying for overnighters and stuff. So we've never really been worried about it. But yeah, last night the police rang us.
Well, it was really strange because Lucy had this strange number on her phone. She didn't answer. But then the same number phoned me, and I was like, best answer. This is a bit weird, this is.
Yeah,
so... the National Police, wasn't it?
Yeah, the National Police. And they asked, do you have a autocaravana? And is it in Benidorm? Yes. And they said, you better go check on it. They'd had several reports, and they'd been dealing with some vehicle incidents in this car park. And while they were dealing with the other incidents, they noticed that our lock had been tampered with. And they basically said we should go check on it, and if they managed to get in or if there's any damage, then we would have to go and do a police report. So we came rushing down, didn't we?
Quite scary, to be honest, because you don't know, because the lock's been tampered with. At this point we didn't know if they were in the van, if they'd been in the van, and
really didn't know what to expect, did we?
No.
It was but luckily, as I say, thankfully for us, they hadn't got in our van. When we got it, we got extra security locks fitted inside, outside, and they did the trick. They did the job. They didn't actually manage to get into our van.
The locks are completely ruined though. We're going to have to get new locks.
Yeah, and the door was open, wedged open, but the extra security lock that you put on the outside was just hanging enough that they'd not managed to get in. Maybe they got disturbed.
Yeah.
We don't know. There was another couple here who were sort of mingling about in their van, so I went over to talk to them. They'd not been so lucky.
They had the phone call from the police as well, didn't they? Yeah,
they'd had the same phone call from the police, come down to check on their van, and they found that they'd got into theirs, and they'd stolen all the lady's jewellery. She was in pieces, bless her. She'd said it wasn't even really worth much, but it was a sentimental value gone, and probably very unlikely that she'll get that back. So there must have been at least 3, because the initial one that got the police here, and then the one that we found when the couple that were here, and us, at least 3 that got broken into on here. So yeah, it's very disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is upsetting. I'm just glad we weren't actually in it.
I'm glad we weren't actually in it.
And the dogs weren't in it.
And the dogs, yeah. I mean...
But to be honest, they'd probably give them back.
It's disappointing that it's happened here where we live, this place that we call home and we love. But I think as well, in one respect, it's a blessing that it did happen here, because if it had happened while we was on the road miles away from home, we'd have been
stuck.
We'd have been distraught. We wouldn't have known. We wouldn't have dared leave the van.
No.
And
because when we're on, we have stuff in the van, whereas now there's basically still the dirty bedding because we haven't cleaned it.
Yeah, there's nothing. If they had managed to get in, there's nothing in there of any value that they would have took anyway, because there's nothing in there. We don't leave it with anything in, but obviously they didn't know that. Am I shocked it's happened in Benidorm?
I think it can happen anywhere.
I'm not going to say I'm shocked. I'm surprised, actually. I think I'm surprised. More because you don't hear about this sort of crime in Benidorm. You do hear about crime. You hear about pickpocketing, and you hear about...
The weird thing for me was that they said that it happened in the day.
Yeah, this was probably around 6 o'clock, we
Because
think.
it is quite a busy car park, and there's buildings around it, and it's used by the locals, so there's people always about, and you always see the same cars parked, you see the same people.
Yeah, I think for me it's more the surprise, because this isn't, it's not a sort of opportunistic pickpocketing or preying on drunk people and things like that. You know, they've took a crowbar to the door. They've come out specifically armed and prepared to have a good go at a lot of vehicles in this parking lot, aren't they? So that's not the sort of crime that I sort of associate or hear about a lot in Benidorm. So yeah, it's worrying now, because it's like, what do we do? Obviously we've got to get the locks fixed. The van's secure at the moment. We managed to get the van secured again, obviously not as secure as it should be. The locks are weakened now, but we've got to think about options for, do we leave it here after we've got all the, we're going to actually take it to Alicante, where we bought it from, because they do all sorts of modifications. They put all the security locks on to start with, didn't they?
Yeah.
So we're going to take it back there and get even more security locks on, because they did work. But then, do we leave it here for the future? Do we look at other options? I really don't know at the moment. I mean, the attraction for us of having it near our home is that we can just jump in it and bugger off
Whenever we want.
If we have to go through all the hassle of getting it, picking it up, or having somebody deliver it, when we might just want to go out for a night and things like that, it is going to be inconvenient, isn't it?
Yeah.
And take the fun out of it a little bit. But obviously it's going to be a worry now.
The only good thing is that we can actually see it from the apartment, so we've positioned the door and we've got a camera coming from the apartment onto the door.
Yeah, we're filming the van right now, so we can see it, but I don't know, it does that stop? It doesn't stop it happening, does it? It doesn't stop it happening. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's like I say,
a lot to think about.
It's disappointing.
Nobody was hurt, so that's, for me, that's the main thing.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, if they have managed to get it, and they were just literally looking to raid it by the sounds of what they did to the other van. They weren't actually trying to steal the actual vehicle. They just wanted a quick whatever they could grab out of it. But yeah, it's not what I'd hoped to be filming or telling you.
No, not at all.
But it's one of them things, part of the journey, so we thought we would
share it with you,
let you all know. And if you are coming to Benidorm in a van, I wouldn't recommend that you stay in this car park, because it's obviously not safe at the moment until they catch them or scare them off. I would imagine now the police will be monitoring this area a bit more, because if they have had several reports, we're going to put in a proper police done onto here as well, even though nothing was taken, just so that it's on the radar that it's happening around here.
Yeah, let's get it acknowledged.
And yeah, so next step is take it to Alicante, get it all reinforced again, get all the locks put back on. For tonight, we're going to have to just park my car right up at the side of it, just as an extra deterrent, so they can't actually get to the door to try and force it open. And yeah. All right, so I'm heading up to Alicante now. Take the van to get all the locks fixed and get more locks put on. I've stopped sulking ish. I'm still I'm just pretty pissed off, to be honest. It's just really annoying and disappointing. People just think they can come and help themselves to your stuff. I am staying positive and looking on the positive side that it could have been worse. They didn't get away with anything. They didn't get into the actual van. They didn't trash it in the inside, which they probably would have done if they'd have got in, even though there was nothing in here worth nicking. But they probably would have had a good rummage and a good ransack and done more damage. So looking on the positive side, it could have been worse. It's just very frustrating and very annoying. Now have to put more time and money into getting things fixed, but just because some scally thinks that it's okay to just help themselves to your stuff. It's very annoying, very frustrating, but I suppose that's the world we live in now, isn't it? It's yeah, it's just not, it's not nice, it's not nice. But yeah, things that were broken are fixable, and it could have been a lot worse, so we've just got to see how long we'll be without the van for. We're not in any rush for it back, really. We've not got any trips planned now till December, so yeah, let them take the time with it. Extra locks, extra security locks, alarm, tracker, it's all going in there. She's gonna be like Fort Knox. Yes. Anyone else try and get your hands in here, you'll have me to deal with. Yeah, I won't be taking them on with the crowbar in their hands. Still got the police to report to do, not got that done yet. We will be reporting it, definitely, without a doubt, even though it's probably not going to make a difference to them finding the people who did it or helping the other people that actually got stuff nicked. But hopefully it will put things on the radar for the police to keep an eye on this area. I always say on our Benidorm videos, on our Benidorm channel, whenever I do warnings for scams and pickpocket crimes and all things like that, I always say, no matter how minor the crime is, even if they've not got away with anything, or even if they've not got away with a lot, report it to the police, because it's the only way I see forward of things like this getting tackled, really. Everyone's got a boss, the police have all got a boss, so when it starts looking bad, their boss will come knocking and say, book your ideas up, start cleaning things up. I think in Benidorm it needs to get to the point, to be honest, where it's the regional government of Valencia that will have to start, if it looks bad on them, they're going to start putting pressure on the authorities in Benidorm to crack down on the crime more, because yeah, like I said earlier, I was surprised you don't hear so much about burglaries. This I suppose it would be classed as a burglary, I suppose. You do hear about the pickpockets, you do hear about muggings and that, but this was different, because they've come specifically for it, and they've come armed with some sort of tools, you know, to break into these vans. So that's not something you do hear about so much in Benidorm, but I hope to God that this is not the start of some more different types of crimes happening here. Yeah, I'm gonna stop waffling on now, but thank you for watching this, and we still have videos from our last trip. So after this, we will be back to the upbeat, happier travel vlogs from the last trip. I think we've got 3 videos still to go on from that trip, where we've got Pamplona, we've got Olite, and another little village, if I remember right. I can't actually remember, we filmed so much, but we've definitely got a few videos coming up for you from our last trip between Zaragoza and Pamplona. So hope you subscribe, I hope you like the videos, and I hope you tune in to the rest of our travel adventures. And after we get the van back, where to next, who knows, but I'll see you there, guys. Thanks for watching.